Benjamin Jaman Encyclopedia.
Exactly.
And Ben, I'm sorry I didn't bring the mics. That's why you're so silent today.
I know. I don't know. I'm just hanging out this time.
My love for you is deep and wide.
I mean, I think the last couple times over here I was yapping nonstop. So.
Yeah, well, that's why we love you here. You have
sometimes it's fun just to like listen. You know?
Okay, but you have to come back next week and yap on.
Yeah, no.
Okay, good man. All right, so Starkiller, where we left off is kind of comparing Age of Conan strats, and specifically we were talking about the assassin, and then over the break, you and Paul had started talking about the Tempest of Set and the Bear Shaman. So before you guys compare strategies with, who should win between a Bear Shaman and Tempest of Set, well, I got to ask him
real
about.
Quick. That's the beauty about it. It's not who should win; it's how you play your.
Okay,
character.
no, right. Because there's also the feats. The feats actually matter here.
Shadowbane, you didn't
but
have
what
that.
I wanted to ask him about, because this drives me crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm still haunted. Okay, this assassin who was slaughtering Ed and I. All right, check it out. There's an assassin, and I don't know what the hell, some armor-wearing dude. He was 45, and now we're both 40. Ed was 39, I was 40.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were getting attacked. I was at a quarter health, and I spanked the shit out of this full health, heavily armored, whatever he was. He's either a Conqueror or another Guardian. I don't know what he was. But he got spanked easily. But this assassin, even when I had full health and Ed had full health, he was owning. I couldn't hit him. I couldn't connect. So Starkiller, why couldn't I connect?
Because he was a smart assassin and had a lot of dodge gear on.
You can.
He's so low level though. That level.
But he's an equal level to me, though.
I think the reason you couldn't hit him, to be honest, is because Ed did not. I don't know what. To be honest,
forget Ed. Just
I can't
assume
speak
there's
about
a Guardian
palms.
against an assassin. When we would fight, he'd have he'd barely lose any life. So Star's saying dodge gear. Is there dodge gear, Star? I mean, I haven't seen much of it, but I also don't look at a lot of lingerie in the game.
Well, it'd help to know if you happen to notice what spec he was, which you can tell by seeing what stance they have, whether it's corruption or Lotus spec. You can tell by what if they're using poison stance or unholy stance.
Unholy, yeah,
right. Because it's different play styles.
And there is a lot of dodge gear in the game and the high dex gear. So if somebody could be farming it, you know what I'm saying?
But seeing as how the assassin was only 39, as Ryan said.
No, he was 40.
Okay, he was 40.
I
think Ed should have been the one. If there's tons of dodge gear and assassins supposedly can get away from Guardians without a problem, it was incumbent upon Ed, in my opinion. Which, see, I don't know.
He would kill Ed.
I just want to say I have no idea all the skills about the assassins. I have no idea about all the skills
right.
of the palm because I haven't played them. I really haven't read about them too much, and I don't like reading the forums because you have so many noobs on there just talking about random bullcrap. But I think it was incumbent upon Ed to use magic on him because I'm sure that the assassin had zero.
He was getting sliced down, like instant sliceage.
Okay, but you got your knockback and everything. In between there and the knockbacks and everything else, could Ed had...
Ed has a knockback too.
Right.
Ed does too.
Could he have used his spells?
I swear to Christ. Anytime I was going to do a knockback, the dude was backing off.
I would, to be honest, I'd have to see it because it's one of those scenarios which I have no idea what happened. I just know it was a hard time for you guys fighting.
Okay, Starkiller.
But I don't know what happened.
Starkiller, could you take out a Guardian and a POM easily? Could you?
To be honest with you, I couldn't answer that question because I was leveling up my alt and didn't gear up yet. I was just doing power leveling in Kashada, so I haven't done a lot of 2-on-1 battles, if you understand. I mean, I've had to fight 80s and Kashada all the time, so that's where my PvP with the 80s comes in.
All right, and then I got a question for you on...
So,
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, it could be possible, but it'd be real hard, I think. I don't think it would be easy.
All right, now...
You'd have to kill the palm first.
Right, and he was doing that.
Or you'd never do it.
Then totally evading me. But what I'm wondering... Okay, I'm going to kind of shift gears real quick. And Paul, if you happen to know, or Ben, of course, say something. Vince, obviously, but... Do you... Okay, we've talked about this. Starkiller, when you pick up an axe and it says +1 to damage, what in the hell does that mean?
Yeah, I have no idea. But actually, I wanted to say one
thing.
To
be honest with you, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they don't
I mean,
explain things well in the
That's
game,
one
to
of
be
the
honest.
things that they don't explain very well anywhere.
Yeah, they don't. Like, I'll pick up a necklace. Yeah. I mean, they just don't. There's no reason to. Yeah. I'm not going to dive into that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean,
Now,
the descriptions they give us in that game.
I will tell you
Go ahead.
that if it's a percent base, it is always better than a number base. That we did figure out. Like when it comes to the taunting gems, the 1% hate modifier gem is equivalent to 100 taunt.
Oh, nice.
Remember we were talking about that. I was telling you there's the two things. There's the plus to taunt, and then there's the percent modifiers of hate. And I think, yeah. So there you go. That's some good info right there.
Well, we knew the percent was good when on the Ranger when we got sniper stance, and it was a percent bonus to your damage modifier. You know, I think that was probably the clearest description I've ever seen in that game. You know, because it said here's a percent to your modifier. Now, if you're a gamer and you've been gaming for a while, you know what the modifiers do. You know, it's timesing and compounding on what your normal damage should be or could be. So that's probably the clearest description, but I would have to agree with you. They are not clear in any way, shape, or form other than what I've mentioned on, you know, what's better, what's good, what's best, you know, as far as gear goes. And the other thing is it's like, I've never seen any information on, like, say I have a level 20, you know, headpiece on right now that has a bunch of great stats, you know, for a toss, and then, you know, a level 50 plus item drops that has, you know, crappier stats. You know, what's my armor?
But also
bonus?
the heroic defense versus defense. You know that whole heroic thing?
Well,
what the hell does that mean?
Right.
Oh, I know.
Okay, I can explain that to you. That's real easy. Your defense has a soft cap to it, and that's 318. Excuse me, 318. Magic and resistance is 317. Okay, now as you build up over that 317 or 3 for defense, sorry I cut out there, 318 for the defense, the higher you get, I forget exactly, I knew what this was, so forgive me, but I think it's like every 50 points of defense over that gives you an additional point on defense. Gives you additional point onto your defense as long as it's heroic defense.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right, that's good info. Good info.
Now, I think I got that number 50 is wrong on the heroic defense. I think it's lower than that actually. But that's what you have to do to be able to tank stuff like the tank Vistrix the Dragon, which Fallout had server first on Samaria. You have to have built up defense above that 318 or you cannot tank the mob. You have to have your heroic defense high in order to be able to tank it.
Okay.
But for casters, that heroic defense is not anywhere near as important as it is for a tank. So if you got a level 20 headpiece that's got awesome spell damage or whatever it is you want on it, I would wear that over the higher level piece that just has a better defense.
Right, and that's exactly what I do. But again, you know, in the descriptions in the game, it's just not clear. It's pretty crazy. Anyone have anything to add to this before I go on to
No.
how to beat other classes that should waste you in the game?
Well, I was going to say something actually about Ryan when he was telling the story about how this assassin just he couldn't hit him. It felt like he just was missing, hitting air. And I remember playing. I was on my assassin trying to kill Herald of Zotli. And I literally, I jumped this guy and then got him down to, it was a sliver of health, and then for some reason I couldn't freaking kill him. I could not hit him that one last time, literally, that would kill this guy, and he ended up killing me, and I did not know what the hell was happening, and so that was like kind of.
Did you re-roll?
Well, yeah. Well, that was kind of at the point where I was like, I was wondering if my computer was like just not good enough or something to play a melee class. So that's why I rerolled the caster because I didn't want to have to deal with trying to land combos and all that crap.
Last patch?
What about the last patch?
Was that before last patch?
No. Oh, yeah, that was before last patch. Yeah.